So here we go. I am Raise Your Weapons Pato, and with me is
Raise Your Weapon TK Rain.
Make It Rain every day. Shout out to Christian from Mr. VVV Asylum. Casted with us before, casted with some Go for Lols. He is in the chat. Hello to you, sir. Am I streaming? Yes, I'm streaming, sir. Here we go. Vayne, Rammus bans, Shaco band. Vayne probably targeted Dexter. Dexter plays a very, very strong Vayne. So clearly they looked into the profile, saw that Dexter plays a lot of Vayne, and said, nope, we don't want any part of that. And Rammus, obviously, very common jungle ban, as well as the Shaco. Vladimir, very annoying top solo, double Woda strat type of character. And a Sivir band, too. So another character that Dexter likes to play banned out. So they're definitely focusing on him, realizing that he is a key component, a great carry for most of these games. So apparently we're going to only have, for this first game here, 2 members from Raise Your Weapon actually have to leave. So yes, if Chad wonders, so after this, so apparently there will be, the finals is actually going to be finished later tonight. 2 of the members from Raise Your Weapon actually have to leave after this game, so we will have 1 game and then infinite suspense until later tonight. We will give you the time for that after this, but this is the first game of the finals. It is a best of 3. Skarner band followed up. First band is going to be a Kennen band, so very, very strong. In case what you're wondering, people in chat are wondering, yes, if you subscribe to any of our social media sites, Twitter, subscribe to us, follow us here on twitch.tv. At the end of the tournament, we will be picking 2 lucky random people from our social media sites and messaging you, and you will win Riot point cards. So free Riot points for you to go buy some champions and buy all that stuff. So we will, after this game is over, we'll give you the links so you can know where to subscribe, where to like us. So here we go. Back into picks. So Tsunami actually really does like his Wukong. So we're going to see the Wukong again. Cassiopeia, a very common pick for Impreza. Really strong early advantage. We see a Kennen. Could be an AD Kennen, but I imagine it's probably going to be a top solo Kennen. We'll see some double Woda. Again, Boss Cow, his 3rd fallback AP champion, or his one of his first is his top 3 is... so Xerath, no, we're going to switch to an Ahri. So no Ahri ban there, so we're going to take advantage of the Ahri. And we actually see a Tristana Tark. So that's actually kind of interesting, because Tristana Tark, Tristana Janna was... the bread and butter for Icons of Vanity, so they will not actually see the Tristana this time. Although they did run Corki Janna, so we might see a Corki Janna. Janna Graves. And Highwind's basically been running Maokai all day, every game so far. So that is a pretty common pick. Expected from Raise Your Weapon team. And from Icons of Vanity, this is pretty much what we expect. We haven't seen him run a double Woda strat yet, though. We haven't seen him run Graves. So it'll be interesting to see that lane. They usually run a very, very aggressive style bottom lane. Probably their 2 best players. P on your champion is very, very, very strong. AD, great at positioning, great aggression, and Roshan now, great support. I must say, his Janna play is very, very perfect, and he'll use a lot of the bushes in the corners as they push up on your turret to get in some sick tornadoes and pop you up to lead into kills from that P on your champion can actually follow up. Actually, I see in chat that we're talking about 80 about some Shen buffs. Now, Shen actually, Riot's actually kind of concerned in internal playtesting with these buffs that maybe they might overbuff him. They're kind of worried about that, but Shen needs to come back a little bit. He's kind of been out of the game for a long time. AP Shen's pretty much the only Shen you will see, which can be strong in skilled hands, but I don't mind seeing some Shens creep back in. And it looks like Format's actually going to pick up the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser, very, very strong champion, actually. He's kind of thought to be low and useless after his nerfs, but he's still very, very potent, and especially when he gets farmed up, he's almost like kind of that Poppy, but with a little bit better farm, where if you get farmed up and get tanky enough, he's nearly unstoppable come late game. Considered one of the better AP mids by Moscow 5. So you know what? Let's look at some champions here. Let's check out Dexter. Let's see how he's been doing this tournament. Definitely a highlight 80. Let's see what they saw. 2K player off the bat, so they said, okay, he's probably one of their best players. Let's look at match history. 11-3 Vayne, 6-4 Vayne, 10-2 Vayne, 6-0-3 Graves. So they said to themselves, definitely don't want to give him Vayne. He's been playing that a lot. I don't know where they saw the Sivir come from. Maybe they just didn't want Sivir because of her mobility factor. Wanted to kick that out. Let's check out the runes. 80 range, full AP armor. We see some magic resist. Pretty standard flat attack damage combined with more attack damage on top of it. Recently, in some recent posts, they've been saying that it comes out to about even attack damage versus armor penetration, but it gives you better last hitting, so that's why flat attack damage is a little bit better. And then masteries. What are we rocking for masteries? We got a 21-9-0, so favoring that veteran scars, getting that little bit of extra health to help. So that's what's Dexter's rocking. Let's look at what the opposing AD is rocking. Let's see where these two diverge. And let's look at their history. So, rank stats wise, we're looking at a 2K player again. Match history been running Tristana, Corki, everybody 9-3, 14-1, 9-0, 9-2. So very, very strong player. Runes. Looks like we're going attack damage combined with more attack damage, armor, and magic resist. So same there. And then 21-0-9. So he's actually going for buff duration and some mana and maybe a little bit of speed here over the defensive. But it's the Dexter's going for. So, that's kind of where their styles do diverge. I don't know how much buffs I actually saw Tristana with, but it is smart because you will get to keep that red buff a little bit longer. But most of the time she was just stuck in lane and either stealing buffs because people came and let her kill her, or otherwise. Let's check out what we got. What is Boss Cow rocking? Again, another almost 2K player. Magic penetration, health per level, ability power per level, and flat ability power. Crit bro, that's crit bro. Crit bro is ability power. Okay, interesting. Apparently these have not been renamed in a while, but we're pretty lazy in our naming conventions. Rocking 21-0-9. Again, going for the buff duration, which is smart for 80. You're going to get that blue buff. Pretty smart. See what they went 6, 8, and 19, so not a very strong brand. Very strong Xerath. Really strong Ari, 8, 0, and 3. Kennen was okay. Had a rough game that game. I remember casting that. But Raise Your Weapon was victorious in the end. Rounding out at 30 seconds in now. What's Matt running? Actually, I'm kind of interested to see what Matt's going to run on this Mordekaiser. Let's go 21-9 and his runes. Standard AP runes. So okay, AP champion just going to run some AP runes. Cool. Cool, man. So nothing too crazy of either player, either team. But the chat asked for it, so we filled you in, gave you a little backstory, what these guys run for runes and masteries. Now that we can talk about it, let's talk about summoner spells, because I haven't blocked the entire time. So, bottom lane, they've actually gone away from their aggressive... they were going lots of Exhaust Ignite, and this time they actually have Cleanse for the defense, to avoid ganks, and the stun capabilities of the Raise Your Weapon team. They have 3 good root stun action going on here. And then Janna, again, not... With the Janna, Roshan now actually feels that he does not need a flash, so he's been running... heal exhaust, and again I haven't seen anybody capitalize on that yet, so maybe he is correct. Maybe you don't need that flash. So slightly aggressive there, but again not going to probably be the same aggression that we've seen before in past lanes. Tristana sitting with Ignite, so she's going to still be aggressive, especially with that Taric Shatter. I'm really excited to see these bottom lanes go after each other. Boss Cow the slowest to load in. If this is accurate to their loading in power, I do not know.
And meanwhile, giving a shout out to Antran, the man who's my dual Q partner.
The Turtle of Doom?
The Turtle of Doom. He needs glasses when he's playing Rammus.
He does need glasses when he's playing Rammus.
And Lil Lion, man.
So you go, looks like Icons of Valor are going to be going towards bottom. Looks like they're actually pinging far downriver. Going to spread out, guard their red buff here.
Or they might invade. They might want to try to
Welcome
mess
to
up
Summoner's
Maokai's
Rift.
Now, what we saw last time against the Maokai is they actually went around through red and actually ganked, which was very, very smart. Typically, Maokais like to just sit here, do their trick, and don't think that anybody's going to come for them. And it didn't work out for them last time. Actually, the Maokai got caught off. First blood was given to Icons of Valor. Now, the trick to that, though, is if the other team's smart and they camp all 5 people here and you come around entering a brush without any vision, like no CV, then you end up losing because they all jump onto you and blow you up early. So this time they're really trying to guard Highwind there. He's going to try to do the race.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Just a heavy defensive posture here by Icons of Valor.
I think they might invade. Have 4 people here. Wukong right there. They might just come in for the blue when they're when Maokai's trying to do it.
Yeah, would be another strong play. Was they're pinging towards a race? Like maybe they might do race. Kennen, no, they're not going to invade. Kennen's actually blue pill back. Now this is very smart. You should do this at every level. Blue pill back and run up the lane because it's a lot safer than running through your own jungle, which can be very, very dangerous. Seen top players, even Mega Zero and Go for Lol in like the semifinals, I think, just walked straight into the brush against VVV Gaming. I got completely blown up after I got done saying that you should blue pill back and walk up the lane because it's dangerous. And they're going to feed Wukong red early, so this is going to be interesting because Wukong, you know, his like I said this in an earlier game that he should be top because I feel that as a bruiser you kind of waste his potential in the jungle. I mean, he has the cool gimmicky decoy, gap closer, and awesome gank ability with red. But really, I mean, I feel like he's not tanky enough when he gets to late game, which is what you really want out of your Wukong bruiser type character. And we might not see the level 2 gank that we typically see. Actually, they're pinging for it, so they want to go for it again. This level 2 gank always comes from Icons of Valor, and Razor Weapon hopefully knows what's up. Mordekaiser are very susceptible to these kind of ganks, and here we go.
He's not good early game.
Oh, what? And Spectator's going to freeze at this point? No. All right, I guess. All right, here we go. Back in. Here comes the gank. Crushing blow. He's should be able to escape out of this, so unsuccessful gank. But they're going to push him back, so that, I mean, in a way, is successful. And, you know, he is very patient up here. And Highwind coming around, so they think that he's probably blue pilled, not coming in here. And meanwhile, Wukong is out, so will we see the Twisted Advance just out of range? Shouldn't get this, actually. Yep, not going to get the gank on there. But now they've relieved the pressure again, so Matt can push this against the win top. Bottom lane trading back and forth. Xerath does have the range to deal with Cassiopeia, so this actually should be fine. Well, bottom lane getting pushed pretty heavily here by this Graves Janna combo.
And more spectator lag.
Exciting. But last time we didn't miss anything, it appeared, so maybe it just needs to catch up. There we go, back in here. We're not missing anything, luckily. It looks like Mordekaiser blue-pilled back. He is going to buy up, and what is he going to get? Low money, so he might come back with... Yeah, it says he's coming in with boots, along with his regrowth pendant. Probably going to go with a gold per 5 item build. Cassiopeia trying to follow up that poison. Does get a move speed buff boost when her Q lands, so she can chase and use that Twin Fang. And Shoshana using that range very, very well, getting burst down a little bit in this trade with Graves. Graves dashing in. I don't know about that. Rocket jump following up. Cleanse going down. Dexter jumping out of this, exhausted, negating that damage. And so the good part about this is that there's not a lot of heal sustain from this bottom lane.
Suspense.
Yeah,
is what
suspense.
loves right here.
Oh, League of Legends. How you toy with me. And then everything continues like normal. Yes, yes. Looks like Highwind's coming around here. She cannot see him if he hangs out in this zone right here. As you can see. Now you can see him. Should be able to see him. So she does know he is there, so he is spotted. Our opinion is Wukong entering around. Matt actually came down thinking about coming in for a gank as well. So he's just going to back out of this. Janna coming up to support. Graves hopping back into the brush again. Smart pink ward. Love that play from supports. Very smart. You can remove your enemy's forward ward, gaining control of your brush back. Although it is better, I mean, a lot of people place it here, which is incorrect. They should actually place it out here so they can just gain vision otherwise and then kill the wards.
Well, it could be a lot safer in that bush because you're actually in that bottom bush more than you are in that top bush.
This is true. But I mean, if they place their ward here and you know it's there, you might as well place it. You can be in the bush and place it outside the bush and still have vision.
Which is technically true, but
Yeah.
the thing is, if they buy a pink ward, it's a 50-50 thing.
Yeah.
So.
Highwind coming up wants to go in on this Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia's DPS is pretty crazy, so he needs to be careful if he engages and there's no follow-up backup. Might not be a good move. Mordekaiser are having a hard time with this Ken, and Ken doing a great job harassing there, even just with simple auto attacks.
Zoning that Mordekaiser out, make sure he does not get that shield up so he can stay in that lane.
Very, very important. He's going to blue pill again. He's been sent back at least 2 or 3 times now. So maybe finish off the gold. No, he's not. He's going to get some more pots and run back up lane. Wants to be completely safe. More suspense. Pauses. Janna face checking at Tristana Tarek. Just going to sit down here and see what happens with this mess. And it's a ward. So warding, smart warding by both teams, getting rid of this brush down here, negating that advantage.
And
Wukong do some counter jungling, yeah.
This is what you want as a jungler. You don't want to just stay in your jungle. You want to invade. Just do all their creeps.
Deny them gold, deny their jungler experience, keep him out of the game. It looks like Wukong's working on blue, trying to steal it. Everybody's collapsing. This Graves collapsing, Cassiopeia's collapsing, so there will be a team fight here, I'm sure. Cassiopeia might have had a kill there, and they are going to steal that. So great blue steal, great timing by Icons of Vanity. Very, very smart, great collapse. And they will steal that blue. So Cassiopeia doesn't get the blue, but they do keep it away from Xerath, which is key. Blue actually, we believe, went down onto Wukong. Use that to farm up. Now they might want to think about trying to go and steal the enemy's blue, warding that up, because that is will be up a little bit later, as Wukong started red, so he got that later in on his jungle path. Is an advantage of being unpredictable. Graves at 60 CS, Tristana at 58, so pretty even CS. Tristana going the triple Doran's Blade, so forgoing movement speed at this point, just going to rely on that rocket jump to back up. Using it there to clear out, and Graves' ult just skims by and misses. Interesting play right now. Preza try to clear with auto attacks and that efficient Q. Popping Xerath as he comes in. Land his Arcano pulse. And Janna actually, blue's really smart pink ward at Dragon, so they do have vision control there. Janna placing some very, very good wards for her team. Going to see a Whirlwind here support. And a slow, but it's not going to be enough to chase down this Xerath. Roaming Janna. And pink wards, and so actually very good pink ward counter ward by Razor Weapon. They're actually going to steal control of this. So Janna might go back and buy another pink ward. You might see another ward trade. Mordekaiser going back, maybe possibly yet again. No, he's going to stick in this. Out of pots. He has an amplifying tone, Regrowth Pendant, and boots. Meanwhile, Kennen has not gone back yet. Imagine he will buy a revolver as soon as he gets to go back on his first buy.
Or a Woda.
Yeah, if he gets enough gold, he can just buy a Woda, yeah, straight up. He's sitting at 2,000 gold, so yeah. And he is thinking about going back, maybe. Now they're going to feed Cassiopeia Blue, and after they feed Cassiopeia Blue, it's going to be really hard for Xerath to stop the pressure from her, and it's actually going to open up possibility to do a dragon. Looks like Blue has placed a ward outside of the vision of the pink ward to try to get a little bit of vision, maybe catch them going in. Strana Graves just bouncing off each other. Janna's bubble plus Graves' natural passive defense helping him sustain in those trades. Janna, I believe, maxing bubble. Yes, she is. It's at level 3, blocks 190 damage at this point.
And there's a ping mid.
Possibly a gank incoming, although she can see this, so Highwind's just kind of wasting his time here. Ping going down at Dragon. Possible more ward placement. They calling down wards at Dragon at their Tri-Brush maybe. I'm not quite sure. He's trying to get in there, be aggressive, get stunned at his turret. Jump, great whirlwind, actually canceling the rocket jump from Tristana. And Tristana actually might be a little bit lucky there, backing out of here. Alt coming in, misses.
Ooh.
Turret aggro coming down. A stun there would have been absolutely brutal, but Dazzle was not up. Wow, Ken's farm as he's been pushing around 80 CS versus Mordekaiser 77. So good job at Mordekaiser still getting his CS in there, even though he's been had to blue pill so many times. Tristana up for farming now. Graves is finally going to go back. Has his double Doran's blade. What's he going to follow up? He's going to follow up with a pickaxe. Jenna now finally going back. Ceres and Cassiopeia just separating from each other, waiting for their creeps to come back so they can clear them all with a couple spells. Both very solid pushers, so if either one tries to rotate, they can push their lane very, very hard. And Xerath just really good because he has that long range and can be defensive, although we might see a gank here shortly. Here we go, Twisted Advance onto Wukong. Wukong's going to decoy out of this. Both teams playing very, very even at this point. As you can see from the goal, 13.1 to 13.5. Razor Weapon had a little bit of a farm advantage, I believe. It's where the advantage coming from so far. Tark actually behind here is going to come up on this lane. See where he goes. Dazzle on to Graves, but that's going to be no dice. Lots of pings up top, lots of warding. Both teams playing very, very careful. Very high level. This is actually what probably the most even, best game we've seen so far. No clear advantage. Still waiting on that first blood. Blue back up finally now for Razor Weapon, and looks like the other team is closing in on this. Thinking about it, and oh, it's a 4v2. Janna's actually going to be caught out here. No escape mechanism. She's going to be first blood. Dexter will pick this up. Cassiopeia all going in. Arcana Pulse. Everything, all the chance, focus going on to Graves. Graves going to barely escape that with his cleanse. Wukong trying to chase down Tristana. Tristana getting out of this. Cassiopeia flash down, backing out of this. And both teams will back off with only one kill after all that. Graves so close to going down in that team fight. But a win for Razor Weapon there, picking up the first blood, backing out the other team. And if they thought the other team was backing off, they might be able to back off. Meanwhile, Matt actually pushing this lane really, really hard in the absence of Ken, and Ken is sneaking up around behind him now. Might go in for a kill. He has that Shuriken passive built up. He's not going to go in. He's just going to back off, try to clear this lane, prevent damage from the turret. And now they will finally feed blue to Xerath, I believe. Xerath going back, picking up some quick kills. Some CS doesn't want to miss out on the gold and the experience. So smart plan by him, just not getting tunnel visioned onto the blue. Janna coming up now. Will she throw it out? No, she does not have a pink ward. Both teams with standard wards at Dragon. Still no Dragon yet.
And you can see at the bottom portion of Team Razor Weapon has 4 characters with wards.
And yeah, and even a pink ward. So map vision clearly important to them. Everybody getting wards. Mordekaiser has that revolver and his sorcerer shoots. So he's going to actually be pretty potent now in lane. And Kennen did go back and just buy the Woda straight up. So we're going to see a double Woda from them. From both teams, I imagine, here at some point. But that Xerath range, I mean, he was all on top of Graves, even after that Cassiopeia ult.
Which is actually a good idea. You actually want to keep him out of the fight so he doesn't kill anybody like that Tristana, or like Dexter's Tristana, who was really low.
Yes. Looks like Tsunami running around here. Gonna throw down that pink ward and now gonna gain the advantage of Dragon. Now, the thing is, Sanctified actually does have a pink ward in his stash as well. So if they can make it safe, they can rotate over there and then counter pink ward as well. The ward counter ward game continues between these two teams, and both playing at a high level here. It's Boscow and Prezzo lane, 113 CS to Boscow's 128. Boscow getting the better of the CS so far. And Oracles from Highwind. Oh, this is so smart. They'll be able to clear out all these wards here. And this early Oracles, he does really like this, and it actually will open up bottom lane. Bottom lane getting jumped on here. Dexter backing off. Janna's really low. They're not going to actually follow up low, though.
But they did get a kill on Tarek.
They did get a kill, so Tarek actually did go down.
16 minutes in the game. Game still 1-1. Razor Weapons up by 1k gold.
And if you are tuning in, Razor Weapon is the purple team, and Icons of Valor is the blue team. See, Icons of Valor storming through their half of the bracket pretty handily, won most of their games pretty convincingly. Razor Weapon had some tough, long games in the end there, but still doing a good job. Haven't dropped a game yet. Best of 1 for the first 2 rounds, best of 3 for the last round, which was semifinals. Getting more forward warding by Razor Weapon. Gonna probably steal a steal from Xerath, as he can do that pretty easily. Oh, misses with the Arcana Pulse. Stun going in. He's gonna get the stun after the decoy goes off. If he knew where he was, could have followed that up with his ult. That would have been a for sure kill. And Graves really low bottom. Ignite might pick him up, but Janna ult just in time to save him with the heal. Oh, wow. Oh, we may see a steal over the top. Oh, gosh. Janna has no escape mechanism. Graves staying for some reason. Trying to burst damage, maybe slow this down. If they get another steal down. Oh, wow. She is going to escape with that whirlwind. Just barely, plus that bubble. And she actually has an Oracle. That's a huge objective if they can actually kill her. That is unfortunate. It looks like they're just going to put a ton of pressure onto this bottom turret. Maybe take it down. Actually, I don't think so. I don't think they have enough damage to take this down. Maybe just keeping away the enemy team. Wukong moving out now. Cassiopeia is missing. And Boscow's pointing this out, just putting pressure on this turret, pushing it very, very hard. Gaining even more of a CS advantage over Cassiopeia at this point. That's about a 20 CS advantage, so basically a kill advantage in lane. Great follow-up there, stuns, everything going in. Wukong left all alone, does not have a decoy to save him, and he is going to die. Boscow rotating down after pushing that lane, and he's not going to help them clear this wave really quickly, and they might try to take out this turret. Cassiopeia running in, throwing a ward into that tri-bush, but it's quickly going to be cleared by Highwind. Possible follow-up here. Great steal. And now I think Razor Weapon's going to go for a dragon. They have 5. They know it's down. They see someone is top. They have 4, correction. Kennen does not have a teleport, so it would be a 4v3 if they try to engage, and they're not going to engage. Just no warding. So Razor Weapon's going to pick up this dragon. That's going to be huge. They're going to have about 3k advantage here moving into mid-game. So there you go. There you have it. Razor Weapon 23.4k to 20.6k, so almost a 3k advantage. And doing very, very well at this point. Boscow pretty much has his run of the lane middle. Last hitting like a boss. Meanwhile, Tristana, Dexter, and Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser looked like he was going to have a rough time early, but now he actually has 168 CS, so he's getting the better of top and farm. And later when he comes into these team fights, he's going to be almost an immovable object and become a really big pain for the enemy team.
Well, that's how it is with Mordekaiser. He's weak early, really strong late game. All he needs to do is kill somebody with the ghost, like their AD carry, and just chase everybody down.
I mean,
really scary.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually seen Mordekaisers that were behind, and because they got the ghost of the ahead team's AD carry, the AD carry like decimated their own team, and I actually like came back that way. So it's a very, very potent ability. Does good damage, and if you get another character on your team, essentially, is so effective. And Mordekaiser's pushing around, looking under the turret. There's the ignite ult combo. Not gonna pick up the kill here.
But he is pushing him out of the lane, giving him less CS, getting that pressure on that tower. That's what he wants.
Yeah, he just wants to get more ahead at this point. And Wukong, a level 9 Wukong against a level 14 Mordekaiser, not going to work out too well for Wukong. But turret, I think bottom turret's actually going to fall here. They've backed off, and a strong push here from Icons of Valor, so they're going to get some team gold back that way. Pretty smart move here. Definitely objective is to kill this Janna with her oracles. This is a top priority for Razor Weapon. They can gain back that advantage of the counter warding. Right now need to place down some more wards. You can see their inventory is still full of wards for Razor Weapon. Only one pink ward from Wukong at this point. Janna might get caught out a little bit here. Whirlwind to protect her path. Knew that was coming. Not safe for her to try to actually kill any of these wards.
Meanwhile, Graves is getting their red.
Which is good for him. As you saw earlier in his Masters, he did favor the buff duration. As you saw that Tristana, Dexter did not. And since, until late game, you're not going to have that red buff. I mean, I don't think that it was intentional just for this game, but it maybe be that, like, if you were purple side, that you would actually not go the buff duration, you would go the health more, because you're not likely to get fed red as much.
Which is technically true, because it did actually happen to me. When I was on the blue side, they fed me red every single time.
Yeah.
So, and then not only that, you have lane dominance in that lane because of that red buff. You can actually slow them, so if they don't have any escape mechanism, you can actually catch up.
Graves coming back to lane. They have great lane clearing, actually, with that tornado, plus Graves buckshot. So 200 CS for Mordekaiser, almost 200 for Tristana at this point.
Both bottom lanes actually keeping the tower just to a bare minimum, waiting
For their chance to strike.
No, it's that fail-safe fee.